Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the UNICEF podcast. I'm Veronika Vashenko, the head of the UNICEF office in Kosovo. And today, I'm going to talk about children and motherhood with Dafina Zeqiri Gjergji. Dafina, welcome. Thank you so much for joining our podcast today. And I really would like to talk about children. I know that because you started this one of the most powerful chapters in any woman's life, motherhood, and you became mamacita.
Mamacita.
How does it feel?
Oh, wow. It's a very emotional chapter of my life. I thought I was fragile before, but now it's 10 times worse. I'm more sensitive. I look at life through my son's eyes. I think about his future a lot. I think about his health, his mental health. I think about how he's going to communicate with other children, him being kind, of course, him helping other children, him being educated. But I can say it's a very happy, exciting, and emotional chapter for my husband and me.
Beautiful. Indeed, very high emotions across. But when the baby arrived, how was it? If you can share a little bit with us. Any surprises?
Wow, many surprises.
Tell me.
Many surprises. I remember everything feeling very intense from that very moment, even though, thank God, I had my husband there the whole time. The first couple of weeks, especially when we got back home from the hospital, to manage sleep, stressing, am I being good enough of a mom, trying to figure out what my son needed whenever he was crying or not feeling comfortable or, just overthinking, I think. And they say that happens with the first child because with the second one, you just go karate. But it was a bit stressful, I'm not going to lie, the first couple of weeks. But I was lucky to also have a very understanding and calm husband who was also reading a lot online while I was sleeping, and then the opposite. When he was sleeping, I was reading a lot online. So we were constantly teaching each other, and also our son was teaching us, to be honest with you. But other than that, very exciting.
You're such an amazing mother. I've just observed you with your son, and I think many young mothers could relate to that. Am I good enough? Am I doing the right thing? What would you advise from your experience to these young mothers?
To any young mother is, once you're pregnant, before you even give birth, there will be so many comments, so many people giving you different opinions, what you should do, shouldn't do. The first advice I would give to them that I got from my mother-in-law that stuck with me is nobody knows better than you and your son or your daughter, your child. Your child will teach you, you will teach your child. So that's number one. Number two is it's more than okay to ask for help. It doesn't show that you're weak. It shows that you have strength, and to not forget that we have to put ourselves first. We have to respect ourselves more. We have to be kind to ourselves because we get overwhelmed and we forget that, we need to take care of ourselves first, enable for us to take care of our child. So the same way we care for a child, we have to care for ourselves. Like me, for example, I try to I talk to myself a lot. I've been doing that since I was a child. It helped me a lot, you know, to tell myself, like, listen, you're so powerful. You're a woman. It's amazing how God chose us to, you know, get pregnant, to carry a child, to give birth, and to have that special connection with a little human being that's going to grow up and become, luckily, one of us, better than us when they grow up. So I try to also work out a little bit, do any type of activity, maybe take a walk. We don't look at taking a walk and take a bit of a fresh air very seriously. We're like, oh, whatever, it's cool. I'll put on some movie or some TV show. But it makes such a big difference to just observe, like, the nature. And, you know, just take it slow, not to be too hard on ourselves, like step by step, but away from all the comments, away from people's opinions, because we all have different experience with our children. And from what I've heard from close friends, it's not the same experience with each child. So just observe and, you know, take it easy and don't forget about yourself.
It's so amazing, as you said, that support and taking care of yourself could be simple things, like just walking outside. But also, you were a huge role model. You were so... many people follow you, but also I presume this motherhood has changed a lot your life professionally and personally.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you mentioned already about support of your husband, of your mother-in-law. Can you share a bit more on that support provided to you?
I'm very lucky because my husband has been my good friend for many, many years, and we were both very much ready, and we've always loved children and animals. So the second that I literally gave birth through surgery, he was there. He even cut the umbilical cord, and he's never left my side from the hospital all the way to when we got home with our son. And he's been very careful with me, like getting rest so he could take care of the son. So also his family. My son has a lot of people around him, and I'm very blessed. They're very understanding. They're very supportive. And the most amazing experience I've had is that they all put me first. Because you think that, oh, everyone's going to run after my child. They are like, Dafina, how are you? Dafina, what do you need? Dafina, relax. Let us help you a little bit. It's okay. Because you just feel like you have to do everything because I'm the mother. This is my baby. Like, it's very important. But it's okay to, like, take a step back and let your husband or mother-in-law or whatever family member we have to step in and take care of your child. And they've also given me a lot of support, advice, and I think it's amazing because I can already see it on my 6-month-old child that it's had its effect. He's very happy, he's very calm, and he's open to meeting new people. And I think it's very important in the development of a baby to have people around, because some people think that, oh, no, I don't want anyone getting close to my child. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit like that in the beginning. But I think it's normal with the first child. It's okay the first month or two. After that, you're like, oh, my God, what was I thinking? This is amazing. I want my child to grow up with this whole family and cats and dogs and... because you see the positive side of it in your child's development.
Thank you. I really hope that also this story shared by you would be inspiration for others, because indeed mothers need support of whoever is around.
Yeah.
And with my next question, let me go a little bit local. So my question would be, when are you going to have the second child?
Oh, man, as soon as possible. I can't wait. I'm so happy. My son makes me so happy, even though some people say, maybe your second child will come out more crazy. And I say, listen, I don't care. I love for each child to have its own character, personality, and fill the home with different personalities and everybody liking different things. So me and my husband, we want our son to have a sibling that's not too far along from him with age. So, because I see him play, he loves to play. Okay. And I look at him and I tell my husband, I feel bad. I wish he had a sibling that he could play with. So we're very excited to start as soon as we can. I don't know about my manager and them, but it's okay. No, I'm joking. But as soon as possible. I want to keep up with Rihanna and them. They're having children every year, so let's see what happens.
A good threshold over there. Yeah. But what changed you professionally with this motherhood experience? How do you feel?
Wow. It's funny how some people would tell me, especially men, like, oh, don't have a child now. You're in the top of your career and, your child is going to slow you down and you need to think about your business. And I've always been in my own lane of my thoughts. And I really want to inspire my kids to stay in that similar lane, to go with what they think, not what other people think, what they feel, go with their feelings. And I've always said, I do the cleaning myself. I do cooking myself. My songs with my producers and songwriters and my videos and my outfits. And I do all of these things. And I take care of 4 cats and a lot of business. So what makes you think I'm not going to be able to raise a child as well? And I feel like they say, if you put your mind into it, if you really want it, you will get it. Or if you really want it, you can manage it, not excuses. I feel like a lot of people have too much excuses instead of saying, you know what, you're right, let's get on. I can do this. Like you're supposed to inspire people and say, listen, man, I can't wait till you're becoming mother, because just watching you doing your work and your business and your performances, I can't imagine how much more powerful you're going to become as a mother. Like, that's the type of compliments and encouragement that I'm expecting from people, and that I want to teach my son and my children, that's the way you should communicate with other women and men, not like, oh, listen, this is going to block you, this is going to do the opposite. So long story short, becoming a mother has given me more energy, because I started to become a little bit tired from the business, because there was just so much traveling. Okay, performance is fun. You forget about everything when you perform, because the people give you that energy that you say, wow, I forgot that I was sick or depressed or stressed or anything. But you get a bit tired after 18 years of career, like all the traveling and everything. You just say, oh, I want to take a little break. And then you have a kid, and your kid makes you 20 years younger, and you're like, let's go. Where do we start? It makes you so much more exciting to go to work. And after work, you're more excited to go home, take a shower, and cuddle with your baby. Even if that means arriving home at 5 a.m., and then your child wakes you up at 6 a.m. because he or she wants to drink. It just gives you this joy no matter how tired you are, and you actually start managing that type of tiredness along the road. In the beginning you say, how am I going to do this? This is crazy. Like, I didn't expect this. I thought this was going to be easy because I performed late at night. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. But after that, along the road, it becomes easier, and it just gives you this energy, this power that you say, am I going to get twice as much when I have my second child? Because I'm going to explode.
With energy.
Yeah.
Both for your professional career as well, I hope. And indeed, unfortunately, very often women are sort of in front of this choice. Either my job or taking care of the child, but that's why the support is so important from the first days. And as they grow, for the kindergartens to be available, for the support to be there. We will discuss it later.
Yes.
Now I'd like to focus on early years. So in UNICEF, we keep bringing everybody's attention to the fact that these first days, months, and years of life of every child is crucially important. Neurons create about 1 million new connections per second, shaping the brain of up to 90% by the age of 5. That's why interaction with the child, playing, hugging, singing, is so important, because this engagement help young children to develop to their full potential. So I like to ask you, how were the first days of your son's life?
My husband and I, we are very, very goofy with each other. We play around a lot. We make jokes. I told him one time before I got pregnant, I said, man, if we had cameras in here, people would have so much fun watching us, you know. So I already knew that once we have a child, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to have a kid. Like, we're going to have so much fun, because we become like kids when we're at home. So the same energy is with our son. I talk to him like he's a grown-up. Like, when I prepare for a song or for a music video, or when I get dressed, I look at him and I'm like, do you like what mommy's wearing? Or, you know, I sing my lyrics and I sing to him, and he loves when I sing to him.
Okay.
Even when he hears a song of mine that I listen to on my phone before I release it, his reaction is directly like, he pays attention to the music. He stops playing. He stops giving anybody attention. And I think it's just so much fun, because he's so little, and the attention span of a little baby until now that he's 6 months old, every day I see a difference. And it matters so much, because when you see how much it matters now, you can only imagine what's going to happen when he turns 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So it's definitely so important from the day that you give birth to a child to give that energy. Like, for example, people say that plants can feel your energy. The more, if you give water to a plant and you speak to the plant, it grows differently. So why would it be anything different from a baby? I'm not comparing a baby to a plant, but to any living thing on earth. The more we communicate and give positive and good energy, everything and everyone, every living species, whatever, can feel it, you know. So I think it's very, very important. And I encourage any young parent to communicate, give love, support, and positivity to their babies. And if you're angry at your husband, go far away from your baby and then go back, whip your hair back and go back to your child and be happy, because everything, every emotion, everything affects the baby.
Do you understand now his giggles and cries, and can you interpret by now?
Oh, 100%. I know when he needs to change his diaper. I know when he's hungry. I know when he just wants your attention. If he wants to switch position, he doesn't want to lay down anymore. He wants you to hold him. It's amazing. That's why the communication is so important between the parent and the child, because you will understand everything. It's like he's talking to you, but he's not. He's talking to you through his, I was going to say emotions, like through the way he complains. I know when he complains. I know when he fake cries because he needs some attention. you will understand everything, and it's all because of the communication, because communication is the key to everything.
Absolutely, as well as attention and time you are giving to your child, but also this connection with mother, this emotional attachment.
Yeah.
The evidence shows that it's so crucial as he grows and as other children grow. This connection with you as a mother would really help him grow. Does Kreshnik also engage with him a lot? Because
yes,
father's role is so hugely important.
Yeah, no, 100%. Every woman should have the support system that I have. He's an amazing father. I'm very happy for my son. Most of the time when I wake up in the morning, I wake up because I hear both of them giggle and laugh. And then no matter how tired I am, and I know that he's giving me space to rest, I kind of feel like I want to be a part of that too. So I just say, oh, you know what? I'll sleep later today. I need to go and have fun with him too. So he's been doing everything that I've been doing except breastfeeding since the day Daskan was born, literally. Like changing diaper, washing him, feeding him, dressing him, everything. There's like... I've told him, like, you are a father and a mother to Daskan. You know what I mean? So it's the father role is super important. I didn't have that type of experience growing up. I grew up only with my mom and my two sisters. So seeing him growing up with two parents with this kind of energy, positivity, and Krishnik just being engaged the way he is, it makes me so happy. It makes me very, very happy for him.
Indeed, it's amazing that you have this support. Do you sing to your child? What's his favorite song?
Oh, yeah, I do sing to him. We discuss this with the families that each and every one of us, when we're trying to put him to sleep, we have our own type of song that we've created. Sometimes I make jokes with my mother-in-law and I sing her song to him, because we hear each other. Everybody has their own versions. She sings about her and him, the grandparents with the child, with the nephew, and I sing about the child with the mother and father. And then my sister-in-law, she sings about the relationship she has with him. So I think it's so funny because we sometimes, to make jokes, we sing each other's songs to him. We have our own personalized songs we sing to him.
Beautiful.
But then also sometimes I sing my new upcoming songs to him.
Okay, so he's your audience.
Yeah, like I have a new song coming out soon, and when I sing him the chorus, he just looks at me and he loves it. So I'm like, okay, it's a success. This song is going to become very big. Because when he likes it, I know that, kids know. Once the child likes your song, you know that it's going to become a hit.
Definitely. Would you like to sing a piece?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I could do it. Oh, Jane, Jane, kyo zemra chane. Oh, Jane, Jane, merzi pombane. Oh, Jane, Jane, kyo zemra chane. Oh, Jane, Jane, merzi pombane.
Amazing. I have goosebumps.
Do you feel like sleeping now?
Not yet. Dafina, every child should have the best start in life. And breastfeeding and vaccination are some of those interventions which are crucial for the health of every newborn and child. What was your experience?
We have a lot of family members that are in different positions in medicine, and especially my mother-in-law. And of course, it's a bit confusing because you hear and you read a lot of different things. But lucky for me, my mother-in-law taught me a lot, and we talked a lot about it. And I think it's definitely very important, the vaccinations, and it's nothing anyone should be scared of. It's important for your child's health. And breastfeeding, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought it was a very natural thing that once I pull my son close to me, he's going to know what to do, and I'm just going to, like, breastfeed. That was one of the only things that nobody really talked to me about. I read about everything. I even bought books. I was gifted books. I would listen to podcasts. I would read and watch different videos, but there was nothing about breastfeeding, to be honest with you. The only thing I would see was a lot of women having a lot of milk supply, and I said, oh my God, like, what am I going to do with all this milk once I, start breastfeeding? Unlucky for me, I didn't have enough milk, but at least I got to experience that emotion with him holding me and drinking milk. And it was just like the emotion we have when we feel our baby kick for the first time and move in our stomach, and we say, I would tell my husband, this is something that's between me and the baby. That's it. It's something that only I know how it makes me feel. The same emotion I got when I was breastfeeding my son for the first time. It was like magic. It was magical. Like, I would explain to my sister-in-laws, I'm like, it's like, Avatar, when they pull their hair out and they connect with the animal. It was like that. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, like, we connected. Like, it's like I feel him and he feels me. It's like a different emotion. But it became a little bit stressful for me because I did a lot of pumping at the same time. Because for him, it was very important that I sleep at nighttime so I could have energy in daytime. But I didn't realize how much energy breastfeeding and pumping took from me, from my whole body, even my brain. Like, I would become so exhausted that even though I would get a bit of sleep in the nighttime, when I would wake up, I had this stress, like, is he drinking enough? Is he getting enough milk? Because I would breastfeed for 1 hour. He would cry. I said, but I just breastfed for an hour. How do I know how much milk I'm giving him? And it came to a point where we had to start giving him a bit of formula as well. Milk supply, like the same type of milk supply. Someone has only a couple of weeks or a couple of days. Someone has months. Someone has years. And I tell those women, oh, my God, you're so lucky, like, that you have years of supply of milk, But I do think that you should definitely try. That's another sacrifice. And it's I see beauty in it with being a mother. Like, I'm going to give everything I have. Like, I would eat and drink everything my family would tell me to eat and drink to produce more milk. I went out of my way just to give him as much breastfeeding as possible.
I see on Instagram that you often post photos of your son as you are hugging him and playing with him. Do you get a lot of comments?
Of course I do. People wants to see his face. I get a lot of comments. I got a lot of comments while I was pregnant too. And, just like you have a lot of good comments, you have people that are not very happy in their lives. And then they try to, be rude and comment on your life and your happiness or your blessing. So I try to be very careful with what I post and how much I give. I understand that my supporters, they are excited and they want to see what I see, maybe even feel what I feel. But it's important, I think, for every person to understand that we have a personal, we're human beings, first of all, and we also want to have family and protect it and enjoy it, not share everything with everyone, not just as a public figure. I feel like people in general, they want to protect and, their families and their little circle. But I'm observing every little moment I have with my son. I have so much fun with him. And also, of course, hugging and kissing and talking and singing with your child is so important for their development. So if people tell you, let them cry out, you do not do that. Your child needs you to feel safe, and it's so important for their development, for their brain development. So I do my best to give him all of that. And of course, once I have a moment where I have to perform, like now, I know I feel very secure and happy that I have a support system that gives them the same thing.
Next question. Do you talk to other mothers? Do you have your group of mothers?
Oh, definitely. I have friends that became mothers way before me, or only a couple of months before me, a couple of months after me. So once I feel like, is this strange, what's going on with my son or with me? I know to which mother, like, I have different mothers that I speak different things with.
Okay.
And I think it's so amazing that we have each other. It's so important. It's important to feel free to talk without being judged. And I feel happy and blessed that I have those specific friends around me that we can just talk. And actually, most of my friends tell me, we've never seen a more calm mom like you. Like when we became mothers, we were stressing out, and the child would cry, and we will, oh my God, you're so calm, you're so, and I'm like, yeah, but like, cause I know, like it's cool, it's chill, you have to take everything, like in Sweden, we would always say you take everything with a pinch of salt. I don't know if they say that in America, but because now I'm translating, but like I've learned that for your child to be calm, you have to be calm, like. Even when he got his first vaccination, like, oh, get prepared. Your child is going to cry. He's going to have temperature. And I said, oh, my God, like, it was hurting here, But then I was like, no, I need to relax. This is normal. It's a part of the process. And when I saw that I was being calm, my husband was being calm, my child was being calm, too, because he observes everything. So
you and I, together with our colleagues, had a visit to a kindergarten.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Well, thank you for having me.
Big thing for children and educators. Did you enjoy it? What were your impressions?
I enjoyed it so much. Even if I wasn't a mother, I would enjoy it so much. I love kids. I think kids are so much fun. They're so creative. They're so inspiring. And it was inspiring for me to see how much kindergartens have developed in Kosovo, especially. Also thanks to UNICEF, the support of UNICEF, of the program that you guys have developed. And seeing the way the educators communicate with the children and the children with them, the games they play, the garden, the way they communicate with each other was just so fascinating to me. And just being there and also being a part of their playing made me so excited. Me being 36 years old, so I could just imagine like how excited it would be for my son when he gets to that point. And honestly, I feel way more calmer now, knowing that, okay, when the moment comes for me to take my child to kindergarten, I have nothing to worry about. Like, it's all there, because I know the way I was brought up in Sweden. So I said, okay, do they have the same system here? What do they do? Unfortunately, we know that not all kindergarten and schools have that, but I believe with the help of you guys and with the help of new mothers, it will develop more and more everywhere in Kosovo. So I am now very excited for my son to, not excited for him to grow faster, but at least I know that once that moment comes, it's not going to make me stress or overthink when I go home.
Absolutely. In this age, it's super important for children to interact, to have these opportunities for early learning. It can take different forms. It can be full-fledged kindergartens. It could be community-based kindergartens. But as you observed, what is important is that they have exposure to this learning experience, socializing with other children. So you do plan to send your son to kindergarten.
I want him to have fun. I was having fun. So I can only imagine how much fun he's going to have. You know, building relationships with other children, coming home and saying, Mom, can I go and sleep over at this and that's house where we have so much fun together? I think it's the most positive thing that can happen with a child, you know. The more they communicate and have fun with each other, the better it is for our future, for the next generations, that's how they learn how to help each other and how to, play together. And if you don't know how to accomplish some puzzle, you have help from your friend, you know what I mean? I think it's very important because no matter how much the child grows up with a big family, getting to know other children with different personalities that are in their age is so important. Only a few days ago, I went home to one of my friends who's a mother because I said, you know what, I want my son to start meeting up with different babies and kids, of my friends because we're going to raise them together in the future. We're going to go, to the zoo together or whatever, do different exciting things together. So I said, okay, before he starts kindergarten, I want him to start, meeting up with other children. And it was so interesting to see the way he reacted with one of my friend's child, because it's like children know when they meet up with other children. It's so interesting because I thought it was like, okay, maybe it's not going to be very interesting for my son, but you definitely see the difference. And that's how you realize that, listen, it's so important for your child to communicate and learn with other children.
Absolutely. And the good news for Kosovo is that last year, a new curriculum for this early childhood education was developed and adopted. And the center of it is this experiential learning. As you've seen, they are not learning through lectures, right? But they are playing, and we as UNICEF also trying to introduce all these environmentally friendly types of activities. And educators in Kosovo are amazing. They are so open to these best practices from across the world. So visiting that kindergarten, how did it remind you or not your childhood?
Oh, 100%. That's what made me so happy because we would play with mud. We would play in the rain. There was no rules like, oh, it's rainy, we're not going out to play today. No, we're playing in the rain. We're playing with mud, with grass, with, it's okay to get dirty, It's a part of the process. It's a part of you being a child and learning to communicate. To connect with nature and to connect with each other through nature. It's so important. Like even when I feed my son, I have to change him maybe 3 times a day because I let him get food all over his clothes and everything, even though I put like protection or whatever. I say, listen, I want him to feel on his face, on his hands, and when I saw that, it reminded me of the kindergarten where I would see the kids just literally there are no rules, strict rules, and there shouldn't be any strict rules. There are going to be enough strict rules when they grow up. Like being a child is you being free and playing, getting dirty without anybody raising their finger at you and be like, look what you did or why did you do that? Because I feel like that's has a big how do you say? It has a bad effect when the child grows up.
And what is important is conducive environment, and of course in the kindergarten there is a curriculum. They need to learn things, but as you're saying, being free to express themselves, to express their creativity, to learn teamwork, to learn those skills which are needed when they grow up for them to be successful. And also, of course, affordable early learning opportunities, also important for women, for them to get back to labor market, to their profession, like in your case, not to choose either or, but be able to continue work.
That's the biggest plus, that especially mothers can go back to work. Mothers can, have more time for themselves, and knowing that their child is in safe hands. Mm-hmm. That's very, very important, because we should always feel empowered even after we become mothers. We shouldn't feel less, because now we have less time. Now I'm less of who I used to be. I feel like you should feel like you're more. There's bonuses. And thanks to the kindergartens, you can get that power back plus more. So that's the biggest plus, because you can also provide with the income in the family, in the household. And that makes you feel more special, more independent, So once your child comes home, or you go to pick up your child, you have a different energy. It's not that tired energy, no sleep, no this, but you gain this positivity, this energy that you can, also reflect on your child.
You are so successful, accomplished, strong, beautiful, and talented woman. How you managed? Encourage our listeners, mothers, to ask for that help, because I do believe that it's very important, and mental health of women after giving birth requires support and requires attention.
I think it's very important to speak out. And I feel like it's very important for people around to understand that don't judge. You know what I mean? Like, if a woman feels stressed, or if a woman maybe for the smallest thing makes it a big deal, it's fine. Just let it be. Because in the end of the day, the changes we go through pregnancy, and people don't understand that after pregnancy we go through the biggest changes, a big roller coaster, even though I believe the roller coaster will come to its final stop. But until then, it's very important for you to be able to communicate and feel free to talk about your dreams, bad dreams, because everything connects with the hormonal changes. Like, we also stress about the way we look. We gain weight. We don't feel good. We try something on. And once you have that support system that tells you, listen, you're beautiful, and support you in any shape or form, in any way, it's then easier for you as well to tell yourself that, listen, it's okay. You're going to be fine, and you start loving yourself, even if all your changes, every bit of your changes, like mentally and physically. So I think it's important for us to talk to each other. We communicate in different ways. It's important for us to just, not judge, and for you to feel free to speak on anything without thinking in the back of your head that maybe I sound crazy, maybe I sound selfish, maybe if I talk about this, they would think that I'm not a good mother, or maybe if I talk about this dream, they would think that something is wrong with me, Like, it's important to just let that behind and just do it. Speak on it, because that's the reason. Because now I feel like I'm going all over the world with this, around the world to get to the point. But I, like we say, shkurte ship in Albanian. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible, which you can't tell. But it's just, it's 2026. Whoever judges you and doesn't listen to you, just take a distance from them, because the right people around you will give you that encouragement for you to be yourself and speak on anything you feel, and help you, make it enlighten you. You know what I mean?
and shine.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Because I feel like I said a lot of things at the same time right now.
I do. It was a great message for current and future parents. As we're coming to an end of our podcast.
Already?
My last question to you, Dafina. What gives you hope when you think about future generations?
What gives me hope is basically everything we talked about today, the kindergartens, the developments, the communications, and you see it in younger generations that they care. They have a lot of awareness when it comes to mental health. And it just gives me a lot of hope that our children are going to do twice as much, and the world is definitely going to be a better place to live in. So, yeah.
Thank you. Fala, Mandarit.